Today we're going to talk about measures of central tendency. So that means that we have a data set and we're analyzing our data set. So if you ever see measures of central tendency, just know you're analyzing that data. And more specifically, it describes the center of our data set. So there's three different ways to calculate your measures of central tendency, or three different types of things you can calculate. So the first one is the mean. Just a reminder, that's the average, and you find the average by adding all your pieces of information and dividing by how many you just added. The median is the middle number, but we have to make sure that they are ordered smallest to largest in order to find that middle number. And then the mode is the number or numbers that occur most often, so you could have more than one mode. If I give you a data set, so here's our data set. I'm just going to quickly run through mean, median, and mode. Our mean, if we added all of them up, we would get 315. Divide by how many digits there are, which is 9, and that gives us a mean of 35. Okay, median, remember you have to reorder them, so I put them in order, smallest to largest, and our median, or our middle number, is that 35. I want you guys to find the mode. Okay, another one that we typically find when we find mean, median, mode is the range. This technically isn't a measure of central tendency. It's a measure of dispersion, which just shows how spread out your data is. But our range is our largest number minus our smallest number. So from our previous example, our largest number was 38 minus our smallest number gives us a range of 5. Last thing I want to talk about is an outlier. So an outlier is a number that is lots larger or lots smaller than the rest of the data. So here's an example. We have numbers in the 20s and 30s, and then we have this number in the 60s. So that 60 would be an outlier, and it does affect our measures of central tendency. So I went ahead and found the mean with the outlier included. So I added all of those up and divided by 9, and our mean is 32.9. Okay, I took 60 out and added the rest of those numbers and divided by 8, and you get 29.5. So if you have a larger number as your outlier, it will increase your mean. Say instead of 60, say we had a really small outlier of like 4, then that would bring your that would bring your mean down if you calculated it with 4 in there. So just be aware that if you have a number that's lots larger or smaller, it will affect your measures of central tendency.